being online, I think probably the greatest issue that we have of not going back to school is the lack of social interaction. Because honestly, at the end of the day, besides the academics, we go to school so we could see each other and have friends and meet with people. So, Cait, what do you think? What's up with the lack of social interaction, and what can we do about it?
Oh yeah, that is definitely a big issue, especially since you're online and it's a lot harder to try and connect with people sometimes. Like I mentioned earlier, isolation is kind of a decline in the mental health. So one thing I try really hard to do is to like keep in touch with my friends. And that seems kind of obvious, but sometimes in between class periods, I'll text them, or if I know they're in the same Zoom call I am, after that class period, we'll talk about what happened in that class and we'll joke around like normal, right? And sometimes my friend group likes to have video calls during what would normally be our lunch period. So I guess that kind of keeps the sense of social interaction in the same time frame as we would normally have it. And it's kind of awkward, but asking people to keep their cameras on is better than nothing because voice calls can only do so much, right?
Yeah, definitely, exactly. I don't know about the audience members or my fellow speakers, but personally, I had one or two classes last or this spring when we were online. No one would turn on their cameras. No one would turn on their microphones. They'd just listen to the teacher rant and awkwardly ask questions that no one answers. And then that'd be it. As much as we don't like turning on our cameras, that is just just having no one there and just a teacher talking is just so much more depressing in the sense that it doesn't feel like a class at that point. It just feels like you're watching a lecture and you don't have to really do anything. Like, while yes, having your camera on maybe holds you accountable, look at it this way. When we're at school, more than just our camera is on 24/7 and we can't do anything about it. Obviously, that makes plenty of us very socially conscious about ourselves, and having cameras on during our Zoom meetings this semester will obviously also increase our social anxiety. But part of our social anxiety is part of just being at school and being with other people and just socializing. And it's crucial, I think, that we are actually able to see each other and talk with each other, or at the very least, see each other's expressions, because it's a very subconscious, human thing that we absorb and just love seeing each other's expressions. So what I'd say, I guess, is keep your camera on for your classes. It's just, if you do it, other people will do it, and it will just be, a nice community. Cait, I want to push this forward a little bit more. What about keeping in touch with or just maintaining social interactions beyond just the school environment?
Yeah, we have a lot of what I would call like group calls, or after school, before school, we'll text each other like, "Oh, good morning, like what class do you have today?" And that's all school related stuff, right? But outside of like the topic of school, we play games after school. Over the weekends, we'll also play games. And I know people are hanging out like in person, and I just want to encourage like social distancing and wearing masks and stuff. But honestly, it's not that bad an idea if everyone in the group is willing to keep their masks on. And I know for me, I'm pretty affectionate, and I do miss giving people hugs, of course. But I think that going on hikes and going like outside with people is definitely a lot safer. So that would be a good way to keep talking to people. while also trying to respect, the fact that we have a pandemic going on right now.
Mhm. Definitely. Let's think about it this way. No generation is more used to distance communication than we are, right? We text each other. We've been texting each other for at least a decade. We've been FaceTiming. We've been just and the entirety of social media exists now. Um, and with that being said, there are so many more opportunities for us to be able to interact with each other beyond the fact that we can't meet in person, and well, or to a limited extent at this point. Um, so I'd encourage us to just like, yeah, like during our, I don't know, maybe during those 20-minute breaks, meet up with your friends and just chat and talk. I don't know, who knows? Um, or even just schedule every day after school ends, you just spend half an hour or so as if it's a lunch period with your friends and just make that a reoccurring thing. Um, just like it would be in school. Just so we can just keep communicating with each other and more so learn how to communicate with our friend groups because while not all of us here are seniors at the school, for us seniors, we will soon be off to college and we will have to communicate with our friends socially distanced. So it's a kind of an opportunity to just figure it out, you know?